Do you ever look in the mirror and tell yourself, damn, I've changed? You look like a man now. You might have a sharper jawline, maybe a beard, maybe you have been going to the gym consistently, maybe you carry yourself differently, but deep down, you still feel like a boy. Like nothing really changed. And let me explain why that happens and why most men never go out of it. Let's get it. So I came to college never going to parties before, right? And I was that good looking guy who had everything together. He looked good, he groomed himself well. From the outside, everything looked perfect, looked in my perspective. And also from other people, I started seeing people noticing me, people nodding me, right? Men nodding me, respecting me, close attention, and everything. And at first, I was kind of nervous, like, okay, I'm getting this thing. But then I still felt a bit good about myself. I felt like, damn, everything's going great. Let's get it. And after a party, I was like, damn, I had a good time. I was fucking good. But the next day, because I didn't drink, so I didn't have that sober like things. My first party was like, you know what? Let's not drink. I want to get fucked up, and I had all this belief, so I didn't do that. But the next day, all of a sudden, I was attacking myself. That voice inside me started attacking myself. It was like, wait, what's going on here? It was like, hey, it was just fluke, right? Why people wouldn't respect you? And for a fact they were just giving attention because how you looked, right? They don't care about you. Like that girl, she doesn't like you. She's just there because she might be drunk, and all this belief, all these things just started popping off, and it was like so attacking. It felt like I was this imposter in my own body. It was like that toxic friend who's always keeping you down every time you're trying to do something good about yourself. I felt that it was so intense that, and for the whole week, I went to how I used to be, that shy, awkward, invisible kid. Even though from outside I looked perfectly fine, but inside something poke up and it started running its own life. Like, after like fixing all these things outside that I thought that will help me become better just for myself. I wanted to improve, I wanted to learn more, grow more. But inside, it felt like I was apart. It felt like empty. Like no matter what I did outside, inside still felt like I was a loser. That same kid. And here's a big thing that gave me this big realization that just because I used to look like a man from the outside doesn't mean like I felt like one. And that's the thing I want to realize and help you realize that too. That if you start doing things like men, things that you do from outside, right? But inside you still feel like that boy, it's gonna crumble all of a sudden. All that progress you're making, it's gonna crumble because it's not you. Consciously, you can say that, oh, I'm in control, I can do it, but there's always a self sabotage who's sabotaging yourself, and it's that kid. It's always that kid. That kid who didn't have the attention, who was never heard, who didn't got the attention, right? I was just repeating right now, but it's like when you don't address that, it's still gonna start um what's it called, running its own life. You might think right now it's like this is a trick that it tries to give you, is that you think you're in control of it, but in reality it's in control. Think about it. How many self sabotages do you have? Maybe you're talking to a girl. Okay, then first interaction was good, but when you go deep down, something happens and you're not together anymore, or something you self sabotage by rejecting yourself first. So when you try to talk to them, they don't reject you. See the fear there? You're just self sabotaging right there. Maybe it's for going to let me give an example that might help you out. I think you might get the point, right? It's like things you want to do, but you reject yourself first, so you don't have to get that rejection from other people. That kid got maybe rejected, maybe bullied, maybe he didn't speak up for himself, right? And all these things, all this pattern is just running out right now. Maybe right now you might have. For me, it was like there was this time where this teacher was just um, you know try to like pick a student to answer the question, and like every other kid, or I thought it was just me, right, who was nervous, like, oh, don't pick me, right, and they can see in your face that you're nervous, and they want to see the fucking drama, maybe, right, so they picked on me, and I stood up to answer the question, and I knew, not gonna lie, I knew the answer, but I was so afraid to say it that I was silent. I don't know why. And people were staring at me. The teacher were like asking me again. I was still like staring down and not looking at everybody. But then like this, I still kind of weirdly fucking remember that shit's crazy. And from that place, I mean, from that time, I was seen as that what's it called? How can you say it? Right? It's hitting me right now. That insecure kid who was quiet. From that moment on, I started becoming more quiet, not able to speak up for myself, always pleasing other people to be liked, to be accepted, and to be belonged. And it's crazy how that small interaction can fuck your whole life up. So, what's this for you? What moment can you recall right now? You don't have to like recall right now, but what pattern right now in your life that you can see that maybe has happened before? Not the same thing, but in a pattern, maybe for me it was helping people with their things, not in a way that I wanted to. It was like they were using me, basically, right? Because I was this people pleaser trying to be liked, and I saw that pattern right now. I was trying to get people's approval and all that stuff, and I was like, wait, why am I trying to get their approval? Why do I need to prove myself? Why need to? Why am I afraid to say no? When I understanding all of these things, I went back and see that this one moment that affected, of course, just hella moments, but just understanding that one moment, understanding that shit, everything just starts to align. It starts to understand what's running you. Maybe for you it's like, for me it was quiet. I used to be quiet. For you it's like always talking. Maybe for you it's like if you always talk, always express yourself, right? Then when you don't express yourself, when you don't talk, you feel like shit. For you it's like, maybe for me it was quiet, right? Maybe I'm quiet, and it's like I can't speak up for myself. I cannot be loud. If I am loud, I feel like shit because that kid feels like it didn't got the attention. It was humiliated, humiliated, or ashamed. That's the word, right? And all of these things created this pattern in my life. So just ask yourself, what might be for you? Also, you need to realize that most people will never address this. They will just skip this video, go to other video, try to be more man, and they realize if they try to be more of that, indirectly they're telling that they are not. Indirectly, they're saying, I'm not a man, I need to become a man. So the boy feels left out. It feels like it's trying to fix it. So when you try to fix something, you feel like it's broken. See the thing? So you don't need to get more things. And I'm not saying to stop doing that. It is good. That's the point of life. Improve, expand, create, connect, right? But if it's coming from a place that you're not conscious enough, right? You might say, like, I'm conscious, I know what I'm doing. But think about it. When you start noticing this pattern and see, damn, this whole time, I just wanted to get people's approval. I wanted to get this validation. I just wanted to stand out, prove other people wrong who doubted me, who bullied me, who did that, right? And of course, I'm not telling that's bad. What I'm saying is that it's a good motivation to just start things. That's why you might have gone to the gym. Maybe a breakup, maybe somebody said that you're not good enough, and you're like, I'm gonna fucking prove it, right? That's good. But if this still running your life, it can actually eat you up. It's gonna create this all of these things, and that's what people call ego, because that's where you're trying to get things outside. But until you don't do the inside, right, you're still gonna feel like empty. You're gonna feel invisible, like fraud. Like, this is not who I am. Like, this war is keeping up, creeping up every single time, and just like inner war, this war you're like fighting that you can't even resolve, is because of that. It doesn't matter how much you get outside, you need to fix inside. And once you do, it's easier for you to like, it's like having a best friend who's always there to motivate you. Imagine having that voice, not getting rid of it. That's not the point, but it's like getting that voice helping you to get what you really want. Think about it. How easy life will be. So this is a key indication. Ask yourself, who is actually running my life? Is it the man, or is it the boy who was never healed, who never got the attention? Maybe are you trying to get attention, prove yourself, prove your worth to feel better? Maybe reflecting on this a bit can help you out. Because a man doesn't need to prove himself at all. A man knows who he is with or without validation. You realize until you don't face that boy inside you, you're gonna chase things that will never ever fulfill you. Ever. So here's the things you need to so here's the thing that might help you out. That start focusing on the inside. Start focusing to improve inside, right? And you might saying, what the fuck do you mean by inside? Meaning like more forgiving your past self, the one who got bullied. Forgiving people who harmed you. I know, sounds crazy, right? But when you try to not forgive them, think about it. You are giving power to them. If you have resentment or revenge you are getting, right? It might help you out at first. Like, okay, I'm going to do something about it, but then you're just giving power to them. They are in control, getting their approval. Like, I'm going to show them one day. They don't care. They just moved on, bro. But you're still reacting to it. So forgive people who harm you. Forgive the old version of you. Face the parts of you you've been avoiding. Maybe the part of you who's always angry, right? Maybe it's the person who doesn't stand up for himself, the version who's shy. Instead of stuffing it down, see what's going on. Real growth is when you're not afraid to be rejected, or you're not afraid to be misunderstood, because you accept yourself fully. You have done the work, you have grown, you have changed, you have transformed. But if you still feel like something's missing, it's because you haven't looked within. Are you willing to stop running from that boy and become the man he needed? That's a question for you now. And if this deeply resonated with you, don't hesitate to reach out to me on Instagram. We can talk about this more in depth and see how I can help you. The link in the description. I see you there. Everybody else, take care.